Hey guys, welcome to SEK Racing. And I didn't forget to do stuff off camera this time, but I did forget to talk about stuff. So far this episode, or for this episode, we have replaced the fuel filter, we have replaced the front bearings, or installed the new front bearings, and we have started on the front suspension assembly. I already did one side. I will record the other side and time-lapse that, so we'll get into that. She's done. She runs. She's gonna drive. I just need to wait on a longer LCA bolt. The one I have doesn't engage the nylon bit of the nylon locking nut. But there's only one thing left to do now before she can be driven. All right, one last thing to do is an air freshener. I've had this thing since they were released, waiting on this thing to be able to be driven again. And this is the last bit, that and the bolt. So let's do it. There we go. She's done. Like I said, we can't drive it right now because of the LCA bolt. So she's not gonna hit the ground right now like I thought she was going to. But this next week, on Thursday, I should get the bolt and we can do our shakedown drive to see if there's any other gremlins besides this oil temperature gauge that's just refusing to work. Hopefully that's the only gremlin, but we'll see. I'm excited. This is a huge load off my chest, knowing this thing is a functional vehicle. Hey guys, welcome to SEK Garage, and you might notice some things have been moved from their original locations, and we'll get to that later in the episode, but again, I forgot to film an intro. Working on it. So today, in this episode, we have replaced the main LCA main lower control arm bolt for the front with a 10mm longer bolt, and we have done some slight repair on the rear bumper and gotten that on. Now for the moment we've all been waiting for the past 9 episodes. We are going to cut to the shakedown and we're going to see how she handles and some more things that need to be done.
Hella work, man.
Like you remember or better?
A little better. A little better. A lot louder.
Oh, man. Alright guys, so things learned from the shakedown. Item 1, the coilovers need a bit more preload and a bit lower of right height adjustment. There's a spider on my car. And item 2 is that the idle, when coming to a stop or when it's left to idle after it's run for a bit, it drops to like 900 to 850. Not the end of the world, and it's probably because of the very short exhaust. It's lacking any back pressure whatsoever, so that might be able to be fixed by just getting a full exhaust, like I've been considering, or having one made. Both items I'm kind of juggling right now. I don't know which I'm going to go with. What comes next is just going to be more driving, because the car needs to be enjoyed, the car needs to be driven. Even though we do have a cracked motor mount, and we do have a leaking water pump, and we do have a very slow leak on our power steering system, it's fine. All that can be addressed when we pull the reins. Speaking of which, that might not happen for 2 months from now. It's July as I'm recording this. And I just put episode 6 out, so we need to catch up. That might not happen for a bit. I might enjoy driving it for a good month or 2 to get used to and get back into the vibe of driving a stick, which I haven't done in a quite long time. I think all the stuff for this episode is to cut to some footage and montages of just driving around after we get in alignment, because my eyeball alignment is apparently not good enough, which is understandable. So we are going to limp it to a shop up the road to go get in alignment. Till then, she's still pretty squared away. I'm happy for it. So let's cut to some more driving.
And as you can tell from this before shot, the exhaust is just a bit too much. So I've already replaced all the old hangers, and we have ourselves a brand new FS Works exhaust. We have both the race option and the stealth option to choose from. I'm probably going to throw the stealth tube on because it's supposed to sound the best with the off-road pipe. I had to cut the time lapse short because I had to go to the hardware store and get a 1/2-inch drill bit to drill out all of my hangers, because the actual hanger stock on these is a 1/2 inch. And I was trying to put a peg that's too big and do a hole that's too small. The exhaust is in, solid as a rock. Follow it all the way back. Won't be able to see much of it, but it's in there. And now we just start it up and see how it sounds.